How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is RuffledRowlit, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Today, we're gonna have a long discussion video, so if you just want to sit here and just listen to me talk about my theories and speculations, and just the discussion about when we are expected to see Pokemon revealed, then feel free to sit down, grab yourself a drink or something, and let's talk about this, shall we? So let's start with the first thing here, which is that, of course, yesterday we had the Nintendo Direct. It was on the 13th, today's the 14th, when I'm recording this. And there was no Pokemon announcement. Of course, I did not expect a Pokemon announcement. I was hoping maybe we would see even an inch of Pokemon, but we did not, which was to be expected, right? Even King Zell said, you know, it can happen whenever, you know, he didn't even know, like, when to expect it, so, beware that, you know, just because it didn't happen there, that's not a big deal. If anything, this kind of makes the upcoming things I'm going to talk about seem more potential, but we're going to get to talk about, like, why I think we might see it, you know, revealed very soon. So, let's talk about that for a minute here. Now, one of the first things I want to show you here is that the reveal for Pokemon Sun and Moon happened on the 26th of February. Now, the 26th of February is in 2 weeks, right? And it's exactly a day before Pokemon Day. And Pokemon Day is on the 27th. Of course, if you're in Japan at that point, I think it's already the 27th, but it's besides the point. Basically, the reveal happened, the Pokemon Direct happened on the 26th back in 2016 when they were announcing Pokemon Sun and Moon. And now, when they announce big Pokemon titles, you know, new generations, X and Y, Sun and Moon, etc. They usually do Pokemon Directs. They've done it for the past 2 generations, X and Y, and Sun and Moon, of course, Gen 6 and Gen 7. They've done actual Pokemon Directs for them, and it's very common that you would do that, and they would do that again, and that's most likely what will happen. I mean, it's pretty much guaranteed at this point that that's what they're going to probably do. And also during this Direct, they might even give us a few spin-off games and stuff like that. Either way, I digress. The thing I want to get across, though, is that there definitely feels like it's going to be something like that happening. Now, you may be asking yourself, okay, but why would we have a Pokemon Direct so soon, right? Like, think about it, right? We already had a Direct this week, right, on the 13th. If we're going to have another one in 2 weeks, or in 1 week, you know, it could be, like, next week or the week after that. Basically, we've got 2 weeks left of February, right? If it's going to be in the next, you know, 2 weeks, isn't that too close to the most recent Nintendo Direct? Well, it is not, and let me show you what I'm talking about. So right here you can see, this was on the 26th of February 2016, right? So that's the 26th, you got 2 more days of that month, and then you're inside of, or rather 2 more days, and that's you're on the 28th, and then you're already moving into March. Now, interesting thing is, if you go here and you check Nintendo Directs during that time, now, of course, Pokemon's removed. Whenever there's, like, a big Pokemon one, they usually remove the original one that they had for it. From here, it gets removed, and then they add, you know, they kind of, like, flip-flop that around. But here you can see something. There was a Nintendo Direct, like an official big Nintendo Direct, happening on the 03/03/2016. Now, realize what that is. That's the 3rd of March. That's basically 3 days after the end of February. So that's essentially, give or take, less than a week, or pretty much a week, after the Pokemon Direct happened. I mean, look at it, right? This was on the 26th, right? That's the 2nd of the 26th, you know, 02/26, 2016, right? And then this one is 03/03/2016. Basically, like, what? Give or take a week away. Actually, yeah, basically a week from that, when you think about it. So that's the point I'm trying to get across, is that clearly there is something going on here, and I think that we can kind of establish that there definitely is a chance we'll see a Pokemon Direct this upcoming week or the week after that. It could happen on the 21st, you know, this upcoming week, or it can happen on the 26th, the week after that. So that's why I want to show you this, because, you know, some people will argue and say that, oh, we won't see Pokemon reveals at all. It's going to happen at E3 or something like that, which I'm going to talk about that theory that people have. But people, you know, argue that, oh, it's not going to happen because we just had a Nintendo Direct. Why would they do another Direct so soon after? Well, like I just said, look at this. They had a Nintendo Direct after a Pokemon Direct, you know, last time around. This time around, it might be opposite, right? Where they're going to have they had a Nintendo Direct first, and then afterwards, a Pokemon Direct. And, I mean, it makes sense to me, honestly, makes sense. And, of course, we, you know, like I said, I wasn't expecting Pokemon. I was praying that maybe, by some chance, we might see some Pokemon information, but we didn't, which was expected from me, so I wasn't super disappointed about that. I was more disappointed about the lack of other stuff, like Animal Crossing being revealed and stuff like that. But, besides that point, though, the thing I want to get across is that clearly there is a chance for this to work out. So this isn't something I'm just blindly saying just to be like, oh cool, there's a chance with this. No, like genuinely this seems like something that could actually happen. So keep that in mind. There was a week's difference, right? Just a week in you know, time difference between this Direct and this Direct. Like, that is, you know, just right on point. And that's where I want to bring up specifically why Pokemon might get revealed next week or the week after that. Of course, next week, it would happen on the 21st. Now, the 21st would be, actually no, the 20th or the 21st, because that would basically be Wednesday or Thursday, or it getting announced on a Wednesday and then getting actually shown on a Thursday, because I think Pokemon reveals usually happen on specifically Thursdays. But I might be wrong about that. I'm not sure if that's actually how it was last year as well, but, you know, either way, that's just something I wanted to point out. So, if it was not next week, and it was the week after next week, which would be at the end of, you know, the month, then it could end up being revealed on the 26th, which would be on a Tuesday next week, or the 28th as well, or anywhere in between the 26th, 27th, 28th. Any of those days are possible, because you got Pokemon Day then there, a day before Pokemon Day, and a day after official Pokemon Day, right? Because they celebrate Pokemon Day for like 5 days. Because they're gonna be doing the whole Q&A thing, which I've shown here as well, which is still also really weird, that they've got the Q&A with Nintendo Treehouse. That's a really strange one. Like, what would we have a Treehouse about? Like, what would the Q&A be about? Because we already played Let's Go. I don't think many people really care about that anymore. They're pretty much done with it. I mean, they even gave out a demo now, okay? So this is something I don't know if you all have seen, but they've actually been giving out a demo version of Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee now. Like, this far after the release of the games. They're giving a demo trial version now, which means that clearly they're just trying to get as many people to get, you know, buy this game right now, because they're going to be moving away from it very soon. This is, if anything, this is a great indication that they're moving away from Let's Go, the games, very quickly. The sales must have probably plummeted. I mean, I know they hit 10 million, which is amazing, but I feel like that's like essentially where they've stopped now. And they're just trying to get in a few more sales before they stop promoting it and stop talking about it, because they will stop doing that sooner or later, right? Of course, Eevee's going to probably remain as a mascot of the franchise, you know, just in general, like Pikachu is, for a long time to come. But besides, you know, that, like, I think they're trying to move away from it now, in a sense, and just that's hence why they're trying to sell as much of it as possible before they start promoting something else. Because once they start promoting Generation 8, it's just going to be about Generation 8, and they won't have time to promote Let's Go again, you know, maybe here or there a little bit, but, you know, just not that same amount that they would, you know, could have done in the past, because Generation 8 is going to be on everybody's mind, and nobody's going to be thinking about this. So that's why they're trying to probably just get as many people as possible to pick it up, play it, and also buy the game then eventually, just so they can get as many copies as possible sold before the promotion moves over. I mean, think about it. It's just a logical thing to do. And then, of course, we have this, as I mentioned, which is just strange, because why would you do a Q&A for just, like, if it was with just Let's Go, if we don't get an announcement for Generation 8, why would you do a Q&A for Let's Go? Like, there's no point in it, right? I mean, it just sounds weird. And also, why would you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Q&As, right? 5 Q&As. That's a lot of Q&As about just Let's Go, for example. But that's why I think that we might see the reveal happen on the 26th. And then during these days, we'll get, like, you know, just days where people are going to be able to ask, you know, questions and stuff about the upcoming game. I think that's what's going to happen. That's what seems the most logical. The 26th, it's shown off, and then on the Pokemon Day, you know, Pokemon Day and the days after that, they're going to actually, you know, talk more about it. I mean, you can even see here, Sunday, the 3rd of the 3rd, was exactly, you know, back in 2016 when the Nintendo Direct happened, but this time around, it's actually flipped. So we got the Nintendo Direct first, and the Pokemon Direct might happen afterwards, like I mentioned. So, again, I want to bring this up because it is definitely worthwhile paying attention to. I know people will call me stupid and, you know, overreactive about this sort of stuff, but honestly, there's so many possibilities when it comes to this stuff, I just thought it was worthwhile mentioning. Now, another thing I want to mention is that you should pay attention right here. This is the video games section for the uploads on the Pokemon channel. Sorry about that. But I wanted you to pay attention to this area. And the reason I say that is because you will notice something is going to happen here very soon. You're going to see Pokemon, like, videos here. The ones in this area specifically where Sun and Moon is. Like, started Pokemon for Sun and Moon revealed, etc., etc. This is the area you want to pay attention to, because videos here will start, like, disappearing, okay? They'll start disappearing. Not the Omega Ruby one, it's still going to stay there, but, like, you know, for example, right there. There's a private video right there. I'm not sure what that video was, but it probably wasn't Sun and Moon related. But you'll see, like, you know, slowly slowly see there's going to be just a disappearance of a lot of those Pokemon videos. They're going to just disappear from here. Like right around this area, you should expect something to happen. I think majority of the stuff can stay here, but I think some of the stuff you should just notice that it will slowly kind of dissipate and get privated, like some have already been, like, you know, privated and that sort of stuff. But make sure to keep that in mind, because that happens a lot of times with Pokemon and Nintendo in general when they're about to announce big stuff. So do keep that in your mind and pay attention to that, because it's something that will probably happen. But I just want to mention that, because a lot of people seem to be, kind of disregard that sort of stuff, but just want to bring it up. Now, one of the final things I want to talk about here before we, kind of end things off is this right here. Now, there's been people saying that Pokemon is counting down every single Pokemon from Kanto, and the countdown, according to the, calculating they've done, is going to end up on the final day of Nintendo's E3 presentation. Which makes sense, right? That's like a really cool planning if they've actually planned it like that, to have the E3 Direct that they're going to be doing be like a time for Pokemon as well. But I don't think that means we're going to get the reveal then. So like I said though, basically they've been doing these countdowns every day. They're counting down all the Kanto Pokemon, but I did also mention to people that, like, you're counting 151, but you gotta remember that, Let's Go has, Meltan and Melmetal, so if you include those two, you're 2 days past E3, so I don't know what you guys think about it. I don't think, that we're gonna get anything major in terms of, like, I don't think the reveal for Pokemon is gonna happen at E3. No, that's way too far away. They need more time to promote it and make it into a big thing this year, Generation 8, so I definitely do not think that it's going to be revealed at E3, but what I do think is going to happen at E3 is that we're going to get, like, more gameplay footage is what's going to happen in E3. That's what I'm thinking. We're going to get more gameplay footage and that sort of stuff, which is logical as well. It makes sense, but as you can see, they're counting down every Kanto Pokemon day in and out, so that's what's happening right now with them, and a lot of people have been speculating it's going to be E3. I don't think so, guys. E3 is too far away, and also they need more promotional time, and a lot of people say, like, oh, but, maybe it's different this time around. True, there's a potential chance, but with main generations, they need more time to promote it, because you're promoting a brand new generation of Pokemon. You need more time to get it into people's minds. You need that, and they've always done it, and they know they have to do it promotional wise, otherwise they won't be able to actually sell that many copies as they usually do. So I want to bring that up as well and just mention it. But yeah, I think we've gone through the majority of it though. So of course the demo is out, which indicates that they're probably trying to move away from Let's Go as fast as possible and move into other horizons. The Pokemon Day thing that's coming out with the Q&As makes no sense. Like, why are there so many Q&As if it's just going to be about Let's Go? If we don't see, like, Generation 8 getting revealed, it's really strange. Hence why I think it's going to be Gen 8 revealed before, the 27th. Then of course we have the countdown of the Pokemons, which is also just really strange. We got the fact that you should keep paying attention to the actual video uploads here on the playlist, because things will start missing. We've got the fact that the last time around we had a Pokemon generational reveal with Sun and Moon. We actually had a Nintendo Direct literally barely a week after the reveal of that one. Like, literally barely a week after that, we had another Nintendo Direct happen. So you should keep that in mind, and also notice that there is a chance then that we might see another one pop up. And if we scroll down here, there's an open space, which usually is left when there's another Direct coming in very soon. It tends to happen a lot, so I would say that definitely pay attention. We might see a Pokemon Direct popping up in the next 2 weeks. It's possible. Anywhere in the next 2 weeks, we might see another Nintendo Direct show up, so keep that in mind. Of course, I've already talked about this, and yeah. Now, one of the final things I should mention is I would recommend checking out PokeShopper's video, because he goes through the merchandising aspects of it. Definitely check that out. There's a lot of things happening in that area, so do check his video out for that. And yeah, it's going to be the end of the video, guys. If you did enjoy, then drop a like down below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is RuffledRowlit. Have yourselves a great day, and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.